Good morning. Today's assignment, which is the second part of the About Me infographic, is where you create your own infographic. And as I told you before, this assignment is a major grade, and we will spend several days in class working on this. Now, first of all, you answered the background information about yourself. And now you're taking that information to create your own infographic. Your final project should be on this very first slide. So if you want to just create your own, you will put it here. If you decide to use one of my charts to create your infographic, that's okay, but you must then go down wherever you create it and you must slide it to the very first slide. Either way, your very first slide has to be your final project, when you turn it in, has to be the first slide. And then we're going to go over the directions. So what you're doing is you're analyzing sort of an author's use of print. And in this case, you're the author. And you're going to use graphic features to achieve specific purpose. The specific purpose of your graphic features will be to let other people know about you. So we're going to introduce ourselves to each other using these infographics. So you're going to design your own. So you're going to use your background information that we've already created, and you will read all of the directions through this process, and then you're going to create your final infographic on slide 1. And again, it's a major grade. So here's an example of my infographic that I used. I made sure that the largest thing on my page was my name, and you can consider using word art to type your name, which is really beautiful. It makes it easy. So when you insert, like you want to use word art, you'll say insert, and you can go down to word art, and then you type in whatever you want to insert. So I'm just going to say Sherry Nichols, enter, and it'll come up with this, which is very plain. But then you get to choose font, you get to choose border color, you can choose the background color, and then the size that you'd like it to be. So that's how you use word art to insert a picture. So I'm going to delete this, but that's how easy it is. Insert word art. Also, as you're working through this, you want to think about your quote, and you want to write positive things to describe yourself. You want to come up with some sort of graph or chart to tell more about yourself. I just used a graph or chart of how I spend my time. My primary way to spend my time is with my family or at work. And then I describe my family and all of that. And then I have reading and playing with my cats. So I like reading. I like playing with my cats at home. They're just really a part of our family. I like walking and hiking, and then camping and traveling. Now, I really prefer camping and traveling more, but that's not how I spend my time. In order of most to least is what I used my graph on. So you're going to come up with some way to graph or chart something about your life. Now, one of the things I'm grading you on, besides getting to know you, is I want you to learn some technology skills that we will use for the rest of your school year. So you're required to use an example of all 6 of the ones that are below. Now, the last one, 7, so 1 through 6 you have to use. 7 is creating your own. You don't have to use that one, but you do have to use 1 through 6. You have to add shapes and changing the color, outline, and I have a video here on YouTube that you can go to, and it explains everything on what you will do to change the shape and the color. Also, the outline, how to add icons, how to insert photos, changing the font and adding text boxes, adding graphs in our charts, cropping a photo to a shape and putting a border around the photo. I don't want just plain boring square photos. Let's make it look interesting by putting some different shapes around our photos. Like this, at one point, was just a plain boring photo, and I changed the shape of it. And I'll show you in class how to do that, but we also have a video here. And then, of course, if you want to create your infographic from scratch, here are some examples, student examples from the past. More student examples. Notice how their name is the largest word or item on their page because it is about you. That should be the largest thing. And then information about you and what you like to do. And here are some charts on what you like to do. Here is a template that you can use. If you just want to start off with a template like this, you can just make it your own. Change the colors of the items that are here. Here's one that Mrs. Smith created, and it's just another example of, looking at nice background, colors that go well together is what you're looking for. Now you will submit this into Canvas as a major grade. Make sure that your final copy is on the first slide, and how you do that again is you just grab it and you just move it to where you want it to be and place it. And then remember, when you get ready to submit in Canvas, because this is on a Google slide, you have to go back to the assignment in Canvas when you're finished with it. And you have to, it says something like open to attach and submit.